Alright, let's get this show on the road then, boys. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Alright, welcome to our very first episode of Rigo News. The thing that I already do, but now live. So, we got 3 stories for you right now. It's going to be a short one. I apologize for that, but if I don't remember correctly, around like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I said that on Friday, on that specific Friday, that I was going to do a news show. Because I did ask on a poll on YouTube, in the commentary tier list, or not the tier list, but in the community tab, there you go. I did ask of, what did you guys want, like, when I do live streams? Like, did you want to see me, do some, gaming? Like, what did you want to do? And it seems like most of the people wanted news. So I was like, okay, let's see if I can do this. So maybe one person's watching, maybe no one's watching, but I'll just leave this up ready to go so that whoever, wants to see this, wants to see the news from this, they absolutely can. And I see someone's in the chat. Welcome, Dawst. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Rigo News, the show where I literally am just doing what I'm doing, but now live. But, okay, so we got 3 news. 3, stories right now. So we got Danny Duncan being exposed. We got the CEO of Twitter resigning, and now we got a new one. It seems like it's going to be worse. And then we're going to be talking about more Maxwell news, Epstein's girlfriend, right, about that trial. I'm not 100% sure if there's anything new with that, but we'll see in the end. I left it last, just in case YouTube tries to fuck me over, but here we go. So we're going to be talking about the Danny Duncan first, the Danny Duncan situation. So let me just go ahead and show you what I see right now on the screen. And we have some issues right here. So before we watch the, this guy's video right here, let me try to set it up. Set up the what do you call it? Can't remember what it's called. Just the setup, like the story, right? Let me tell you what's up. Okay, so essentially, basically, right, this individual by the name of Sun Hat Kid is supposedly giving out the accusation that he's being bullied by Danny Duncan, right? That Danny Duncan is abusing him in the wrong ways, right? Not sexually, as far as I'm aware, not sexually, but he is being bullied by, just abusive behavior, like being punched in the back of the head and stuff like that. And, honest to God, when I was watching some Danny Duncan videos, I was like, okay, this kid right now is being screwed over by a lot. All right, because if you want to think about this person as a character, right, he's kind of like the comedy relief character, right? Like, they always go out of their way, right? It seems like everyone, Danny Duncan and just the entire team, they go out of their way to fuck with this guy right here. Why? Because he gives good reactions, right? He's not the only one that's getting fucked over, right? He's not the only one getting, I don't want to say fucked over, but more like getting pranked on, right? Being messed with. He's not the only one. But those people don't give a good enough reaction as this guy does. Okay, like I said, I've seen videos like that from Danny Duncan, and it really gave me the impression, it's like, this dude's one day he's gonna come out and try to expose Danny Duncan here. But here we go. Let's go ahead and watch Sun Hat Kid's reaction, or Sun Hat Kid's video on the truth about Danny Duncan, and I'll give my little 2 cents throughout the entire video. So here we go.
Sun Hat Kid, you guys already know that. I'm not gonna wear this hat for this video today because this is a serious subject, and you guys can tell by the title of this video what it's going to be about. I had a friend, his name was Danny. A lot of people told me not to talk about this subject. My friend's family told me not to talk about this subject because they said what it could do to me. But I feel like myself, I need to, because it hurts me too bad and it's damaging to me. And I don't want
it's
you
coke.
Haunting me anymore. And I don't want you guys to be confused anymore. Because a lot of you guys want to know what's happening between me and Danny. You guys keep asking me over and over, oh, yeah, why aren't you in his videos anymore? You guys okay? You guys still friends? Danny?
I have not kept up with the Danny Duncan lore. As far as I'm aware, or from what I remember, last year, towards the end of the year of 2020, started watching a lot of his videos. And actually, you know what? I think it all started because of this t-shirt right here. It all started because of this t-shirt right here. It's a pretty shitty t-shirt, as in the quality. I still can't believe to this day I paid fucking $30 for this shit, because literally all it is a fucking t-shirt for like $5. You probably got it for $5, and then put a nice little some writing on it for like $10, right? So overall, just like $10 or 10 or 15, and then he flipped it for 30. So I mean, kind of quirky, but this is what really what it all started, is the Virginity Rocks t-shirt. The Virginity Rock t-shirt. They also have the Spanish version, believe it or not. It's called Virginity Rocas, which is literally rocks in Spanish, right? But it's not the kind of rocks that you're thinking. It's literally like a rock from the earth. That kind of rock. And it's like, okay, well played. Well played. I'm not sure if he did that ironically or unironically, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say it's done ironically. But anyways, that's really what it started with me. Then I actually started watching his videos, and I was like, okay, this is actually pretty nifty, pretty nice. You know, the content, I'll be honest with you, like, throughout the entire time of me watching his videos, for just, like, stuff that I've seen, I was like, you know what? It's funny, but I think it's setting a bad example to, like, how to treat your friends, right? Like, yes, absolutely, I'm not going to sit here and be like, you can't do pranks to your friends and shit like that, but there's a limit, right? There's a limit. There's a line that you shouldn't cross, and I feel like at some points, Danny got very close, or like literally was standing on the fucking line, right, of like how to treat your friends properly, if that makes sense. And with this guy right here, I feel like at some point, right, I can't really tell you what point, so you don't have to trust me on this, but I feel like at some point it was like, okay, maybe he's stepping over the line, maybe something is up, you know, because I really saw that, and I was like, okay, he's going to make a video about this at some point, right? Because the poor guy cannot take a fucking break from this Danny Duncan character, right? But his content is nice, I will say. You know, it's not complete shit, right? It's great content, but you know, sometimes you go over the line. You go over the line, and this is what happens. And I'm really happy that he's going to, you know, I'm glad that this guy right here is actually, you know, standing up for himself and making a video about this, because I can't tell. I can't tell because the dislikes are gone, but who knows? Maybe he got dislike bombed or some shit like that, you know. A lot of Danny Duncan fans out there probably not happy with this. But for what I remember from watching a Drama Alert video, Danny Duncan is actually losing a lot of subscribers. I believe he's lost over 10,000, maybe more at this point. So, you know, this is kind of hitting Danny Duncan pretty hard. And as far as I'm aware, Danny Duncan has not made a response to this. He's not made a response to this. But the lore-wise, I've not seen his recent videos. I have not. Only past videos of, like, last year towards the end of the year. So, I'm not really caught up anymore. It's been a year, almost. Yeah, essentially a year since I've seen any of his videos. So, I haven't noticed that this individual right here, Suncat Kid, is, you know, hasn't been in there. Hasn't been in his videos.
You know, done a lot of things for me. He helped me out extremely amount. When I was homeless, he let me stay at his apartment. He co-signed for my apartment. He did so much things for me. He did help me. And if you're watching this, Danny, I want to let you know that I'm very thankful for what you did for me. You have helped me out a lot, and I will never say you didn't help me, because you did help me. But there's a lot of things that I feel like I need to talk about. It's gonna hurt me if I don't talk about it. And I know you won't say anything, and I know that no one else will say anything. I'm the only one that has balls to say anything. I want to say everything that's on my mind, and I want to say that everything that has been hurting me, and I want to say everything that has been done to me. And I'm gonna try to talk to you guys like one-on-one right now, like I'm talking to you as a person. And everything I say, I want you guys to put yourself in my own shoes. When I started working in Danny, I was homeless, about to move back to Ohio.
You got a key thing here is he does mention the good things first. Well, I mean, he didn't go into full detail of it, obviously. But I think it's noteworthy that he did mention that, like, he did help him out and stuff like that. So this isn't a complete and utter, you know, like, oh, I want Danny Duncan to die, and something like that. I would imagine. I mean, this video is 18 minutes long, so at some point, you know, he could say, I want Danny Duncan to die. But it's still interesting that he mentions, you know, the good things that Danny Duncan has done for him. You know, paying someone's, you know, rent or, you know, giving someone a home when they're homeless is no, you know, simple feat that anyone can do. Right? That's, you know, that's good. That's definitely good. Danny Duncan, even though he does the shenanigans, right, he does do, you know, good things. He does do good things, like, you know, donating a car, literally right here, surprising rich kid with car. You know, he does good things, but he's aware with that. Like, I believe in that video specifically, he's aware that, yeah, he's an asshole, and him doing these good things doesn't justify those things. But it's still pretty interesting to mention.
I had like 30-something thousand subscribers on YouTube. I was there in Ohio looking for another job. Danny hit me up. Long story short, hit me up. He's like, hey, you want to come to LA? Pretty much be part of my team. I said, sure, I'm down. You want to be a big YouTuber. You've been
basically.
For 2 years. One of your favorite YouTubers hit you up and say, hey, Aaron, you want to come out to Los Angeles and film with me? You go out to Los Angeles, and he's like, hey, what's up, man? He's all nice to you. You already known him for like 2 years before that. It wasn't the same, you know, you kind of hung out here and there, but you weren't like friends, you know? He was like, asked me, want to be part of my team? Like, sure, you know? He was like, okay, but I'm going to put you on a contract. I'm like, okay, sure. What's the contract going to say? How long? He says, 10 years. Okay, that's a little much. Let me ask around and see if that's okay. I just, you know, asked around, asked my mom, asked my brother, and everyone said don't do it. But also a lot of people said to me I couldn't be a YouTuber either. I'm going to sign this contract. Everyone told me not to do it, but Danny said to me, trust me. So I signed it. When I started working with them, and I noticed after, you know, after being part of the team, I was already friends with a lot of YouTubers before that. I'm not going to name names, and he had me unfollow all of them, which to me was really weird, and I didn't like it, but I was kind of like, crap, you know, like, I'm with Danny right now.
That's interesting. Why would Danny want him to unfollow all of the, just like anyone that's a YouTuber? That's actually really interesting, you know. That almost feels like it's like a cultish behavior. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you know, terrible, because it is a contract kind of deal, right? He didn't have to sign it if he didn't want to. As long as he read it, and it was very clear. I mean, if he didn't read it, that's his own fucking fault, all right? Retard moment. But if it were specifically clear in the contract, and if he did read it, and he saw it for himself, and he was okay with that, it'd be like, what can you do? I mean, there's nothing really morally wrong with that, but it's still strange regardless. It's still kind of strange to have someone unfollow a lot of YouTubers. Like, I don't really see the incentive. I don't see the reasoning behind that. It's really confusing. What do you guys think? You know? Like, why would Danny want to do something like that? Why would Danny want someone to unfollow different YouTubers? Like, does he want him to lose contact or something? It's strange. It is actually really strange. We'll have to keep that in the back of our heads.
He's not going to help me if I don't do what he says. And that's what I felt right there. After I followed everyone on Instagram, I didn't want to, but I kind of had to stop hanging out with a lot of friends I made friends with over the years. Also, a lot of my friends were confused. They were reaching out to me. They were reaching out to my brother, my other friends. Like, why did Aaron unfollow me on Instagram? Why did he suddenly start talking to me? The honest truth, right, he told me to unfollow that person. I lost a lot of friends over that. Aaron just suddenly unfollowed me on Instagram, suddenly stopped talking to me. Now he's with Danny Duncan. And now he's kind of cool guy. I mean, it's not what's happening. Trust me. Trust me. But anyway, time goes on. I signed the contract. I'm in his videos. Long story short, more comfortable he got with me. More things started happening. Once he got his house in LA, he said I can move in there. So me, some other friends moved in there. And that's when things got a little weird because things started happening that I feel like I was not in control of. That's when things get serious. When his basement went and, you know, he started like wrestling, you know, like how we started wrestling kind of.
Okay, little content warning here. This is gonna get. Well, it's not gonna. Right, it's gonna get pretty graphic. All right, he's gonna fucking grab him, pin him down, and start hitting him in the fucking head as he's gonna explain. Right. So just a little warning there, a little content warning there. You know, this isn't for the faint of heart.
In one of the wrestling, I'm on the ground and he has me, and next thing you know, he starts just punching at me out of nowhere. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, what is going on right now? I was so shocked. All I saw was a big flash, like a big light, and he's just punching at me twice. He's just like, bam, bam, and then there was other people downstairs, and at the time, like, what is going on? Did anyone just see me just get, like, I just got punched multiple times for no reason. No one said anything. Kelsey was upstairs. I walked upstairs, and I started crying to her. Not to seem like a wuss or anything. I just said to her, Dane just punched me in the head multiple times, and I was just confused. And then next time I looked at my head and I was bleeding, and I had a big lump in my head. So I was just so confused why I just got punched in the head multiple times. I don't know if he was trying to impress someone downstairs. I remember there's people downstairs, or he felt like he could because I'm in his house. That's all I could think about. But things got more worse.
I'm not sure if I heard it correctly. I'm not sure if I missed it or something, but like, what's the time frame of this? Like, if this, well, there's really no excuse for this, right? You shouldn't pin someone fucking down, right, and fucking slam them against the fucking head with your fist, right? Like, punch them over and over again, right? Like, that's unexcusable. Kind of fucking, friend does that. Right, but then again, I guess you can argue that's like, this isn't like a friend relationship. But regardless, though, if it were a professional relationship, that makes it even worse. That makes it even worse if it were just a professional kind of deal. How can you look at someone? How can you look at me and be like, this is just like, that is literally the opposite of being professional. All right, fucking retard shit right there. Okay, so like just that instance right there, unexcusable if that is true. If it pans out to be true, right? Like, I think he should have taken photos. I'm not sure if he's going to show any photos, but he should have. He should have definitely taken photos of the, of the head trauma, like the bleeding and stuff like that for later use, right? Because if he doesn't, it's a he said, she said kind of deal, which is extremely unfortunate, right? But I'm choosing to give this person the benefit of the doubt because I have seen Danny Duncan treat him a little unfairly, okay? Like, yes, it's all pranks. If you watch the Danny Duncan show, or, like, if you just watch any of Danny Duncan's videos, this is the kind of vibe that, that kind of happens in the video. Not to the point where, like, they're fucking killing each other, right? But, they fuck around a lot, right? That's what makes it so entertaining. But as an individual, you can only take so much abuse before it's, like, enough is a fucking enough, all right? But it's still interesting. Still very unfortunate,
So there's a time when we're in Florida, we're at Tractor Supply. He was trying to get content. I was like, okay, I can land this.
Yeah, it really is bad business. It's a bad business move to get fucking, like, you look at your fucking business partner, you're like, fuck! It's like, what'd you do that for? I'm sorry, bro. It was just a business move. Yeah, that's like American Psycho, moment right there. An American Psycho moment. I actually watched that movie recently. Very good movie. Very good movie. It's been a lot, like, I kept seeing memes over and over again about that movie, and I was like, man, I gotta watch it. And I finally did, and I was like, god damn, such a good movie. But this is literally an American Psycho moment. All right, just literally kicking the shit out of your, coworkers, your friends for the views. It's like, kind of unfortunate, not very poggers.
The ground, and you can skate over me. I lay on the ground. And I sat up and I was like, hey.
This is another situation that's pretty bad.
Because he kept hitting me with the board. The date was March 3rd, 2020. I sent these texts to Kels. He was skating over me and couldn't get it and got mad, threatened to hit me. Then I gave him some advice on how to land it. And then he kicked me in the head and he said, why are you talking? And said, this was your idea. And then I said, I'm trying to help you get content. That's what happened, and I was trying to help him get content, I remember that. And then he said, stop talking, and he wanted to hit me with the board. Then said, I wish I could kill him, and he could come back to life. So I remember when he kicked me in the head, I was so shocked right there, because everyone was around me saw, and no one cared. And I remember I sent text text to Kelsey.
I feel like the reason why no one really really cared or really did anything is because they felt like, or maybe they thought that everything was under control. They're just fucking around, stuff like that. So I feel like that's the reason why no one did anything. But clearly something was up, right? Like, stuff like that should not be tolerated. All right? Yes, you can make arguments about it, sure, but, slamming your fucking skateboard, hitting a guy over and over again, fucking around on purpose, fucking up on purpose. This is a human being. This is a living, breathing human being. Not some fucking toy that you picked off the fucking street where you could fuck them over and over again and toss them back in the fucking garbage. No, this is a man. All right, this is a man. You shouldn't be, screwing around with him like this. It's kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous. Just saying.
That same day, I was saying that everyone's letting him beat on me. And that's what the problem I was having. Everyone's letting him beat on me. Everyone let him do whatever he wanted to me. And I don't know why. Maybe I can stick up for myself. There's another part. I'm just putting this stuff out to you because I want you guys to know that this is the type of position I was in. Like, we tease with each other. We have fun. And that's fine with me. I don't care about teasing. I don't care about that stuff. It's all just fun and games. And we wrestle sometimes. And, sometimes it gets a little annoying. Come on, man. I don't want to be teaser now. But it got more than that. There was a part where I was in his bathroom, and I asked him for a favor, and then he, when I was like in his, I was like, it just makes me sick talking about this. When I was in the bathroom, I asked him for a favor. Next thing you know, he put a knife right to my throat.
There is no excuse for that. All right. Who the only mentally deranged people puts knives at people's fucking throats? That is demented. All right. What the actual fuck? Oh, goddamn. Why are you playing like that? Why are you playing? This man is like, oh, god damn it, dude. That right there, I don't fucking care what you say. That is like low-key criminal. Alright, what the actual fuck? Imagine a friend of yours just coming up to you and putting a fucking knife at your neck, right? You're fucking naked. Alright, you're taking a goddamn shower and your friend puts a fucking knife to your neck. Okay? What the fuck are you going to do? Alright, like, how are you going to take that? Are you going to laugh? Are you going to laugh? Or are you just be like, oh, bro, you're being so silly. Oh, you're so silly, dude. Oh, sticking that weird knife at my throat, bro, potentially about to slit my... No one's gonna take that as a fucking joke. Okay, you could say it's a joke, but probably later on you'll be like, holy shit. Holy fucking shit. I just had a dude put a fucking knife to my throat. Alright? That... Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. That is insane. That is literally fucking insane. And the fact that this guy's, like, struggling to talk about it, too. That's fucked up, dude. Like, this requires this definitely requires a response from Danny. Because these allegations are extremely serious. And if he decides to just ignore them, try to brush this off, it's not gonna look good. It's definitely not going to look good on his part. No, sir.
I was very confused right there. I was scared for my life right there. I didn't think
completely understandable.
But he didn't stab me. But I thought there was a chance he was gonna stab me, and I was scared. Like, I'm not like a wussy or whatever, but I wasn't gonna fight back.
Pussy or not, dude, anyone's gonna look at that and be like, oh shit, I think I just shat myself a little bit. Alright, I don't fucking care if the guy's fucking based or something, but no one's gonna be like, oh, I'm unfazed with that. That only happens in the fucking movies. Alright, what the fuck, dude? No, that's completely fine. I don't care if you're a fucking pussy or not. Like, that shit's scary. That shit's scary. That's potentially life-ending moves right there. Putting a fucking knife to someone's throat. Alright, that could end up someone could end up in the hospital or in the fucking grave. Alright?
Stupid of me. First of all, it's his house. Second of all, he is stronger than me. If I did anything, he would have stabbed me. So I just sat there, let him do what he wanted to do to me, and just left it alone. no one cared after I brought this out to them. No one cared. They saw the position I was in. The only person that cared was actually my girlfriend.
Which is
A lot
understandable.
of people didn't care. A lot of people just said, just don't talk about it. Leave it to be. You put yourself in this position, but I trusted this guy with my life.
That should also bring up a question of, like, is this the only instance of abuse? Like, is he the only one getting abused, or is there other people? Like, why are these people, the people part of his team, trying to silence him so much? Like, are they trying to protect Danny? Are they trying to prevent some, like, big blowout from this, and they, and then in turn would probably have to respond to this? It's very interesting that they do not want him to talk. You know, it's very sad as well that they're very, empathetic, is that the word? Or they just literally don't care. They literally don't care that this man is going through a lot of shit, right, with Danny. The Danny's doing it, all this garbage to him, and not a single person is going to bat an eye. Maybe they do. Maybe they are batting several eyes. But they can't say anything because they have no power in this. And I guess that's the issue with the whole contract kind of deal. You know, like, you sign your soul away, you got to keep your goddamn mouth shut. You know, because they can be legal issues, right? And you break the contract, you know, you get sued, blah, blah, blah. So that's completely understandable. But goddamn, it's just the fact that no one wants to talk about it. You know, they just tell him, hey, shut the fuck up, get over it. That's sad. That's really sad.
That's how much I was so trustworthy to Danny. He was like my best friend. Like, I was the type of person. I texted him a lot. I said, you have a lot of people that are around you, and I feel like they're not your real friends. I feel like I'm actually one of your real friends, because I would actually, like, if anything ever happened to you, that's how I thought I would actually be there for you. But no, I lost that trust with him, which sucks. Only a few people in that household that saw certain things, and it sucks that no one will say anything. No one will confront him besides me. There was so much going on, a lot of chokeholds, there's a lot of hitting, and I couldn't do nothing about it. I felt like I remember texting Kelsey, telling her I don't want to be her anymore, but I don't know what else to do. I wanted to leave so bad, but there was nowhere for me to go, and I was so scared of what was going to happen if I left. I'm on a 10-year contract. I'm not allowed to collaborate with anyone, really, because that's part of the contract. I'm giving him 20% of my earnings, which he did have me invest some of the money. So there's a lot of nice things that Danny did for me and made me strong, and I took a lot of advice from. But there's also a lot of things that he weakened me and made me feel so, like, almost I hated myself, because I hated being there. I felt so lost and alone, and I felt like the only time he would even talk to me or work with me is if I was getting either hit or if I was in his videos being a clown. The only way that I feel like he would actually accept me. And if I didn't do any of that, I feel like he wouldn't even acknowledge me. I was even in the room. You know, he's telling me I'm your best friend,
That's true. I think that's true. Like I said, from the videos that I saw with this, Sun Hat Kid, that is definitely the vibe that I got off. Not the fact that it's like, oh, he wouldn't talk to him and shit like that. Just more like he's the clown. Like I said in the beginning of this live stream, right? That this individual feels like he's just the comedy relief of the episode, right? Like if things are getting a little stale, they just go over to him and just, berate him, right? They'll just, poke his little buttons until he starts reacting the way that they want. So I get that vibe. I get that. So I feel like this could actually be true. But we can't say with 100% certainty that this is true, because, again, these are just allegations, right? These are just allegations. There's no proof to this. This is just by his word, right? Like, he hasn't really showed us any proof besides texts, right? Like, he hasn't shown us any photos, he hasn't shown us any videos. But the videos themselves from Danny Duncan, you can see little examples here and there that's like, big yikes. Like, there's even a video of Danny Duncan breaking down a fucking door to get to Sun Hat, right? Like, he broke down the fucking door to, I guess, to tell him to hurry up, right? And they caught it all on film, and it's on a fucking YouTube video, right? Ridiculous.
I love you, I'll do anything for you. But it was like, but if we're real friends, why would you hit me? Because it wasn't just the hitting that he did, but it was also the verbal abuse he did to me. And that's not, I don't care too much about the verbal abuse, because, he called, whatever, I don't care. Some of it was funny, some of it's like on camera even, like, calls me an idiot. But when we're just, just me and him and a friend, like, down in the basement, and he just calls me an idiot. He can't comprehend anything. What are you talking about? I do know what things mean. He's always making fun of me about things about myself, about how I am, and how I, even about my teeth, how my teeth are messed up. He always made fun of something. He always had to put me down about something. I need to say something. Something in my heart is telling me to say something, and I'm saying something, and I don't care what people say. And
yeah, it sounds like Danny Duncan was gaslighting Sun Hat, the entire time, essentially, to be more submissive. Like, I feel like this year has been one of those years that a lot of people in these groups, like in these contracted groups, like they're coming out exposing, the leader of the party and stuff like that, saying like, oh, they're abusive, they're doing things incorrectly, stuff like that. So you could possibly say that this is just a ploy for him to get some views and shit like that. But honestly, for me, I don't know. I'm a very emotional individual, so like this is getting to me. Well, I'm not gonna cry, obviously, but it's like, yeah, this sucks. This fucking sucks. And again, from the videos that I saw, it's like, yeah, I understand. I think this could be plausible. Like, this could be an actual possibility that Danny Duncan is actually abusing this guy and gaslighting him. It's very unfortunate, extremely unfortunate, actually.
I will do whatever it takes for me to feel better and me to feel comfortable and not to be scared anymore. Because right now, I feel like I'm doing the biggest thing that anyone's ever done in your team. And that's by confronting you and telling people the real truth, what's going on. There was a time when me and Kelsey were there, we were so scared of Danny that we had to literally eat this cereal outside. We had to be so quiet. That's how scared we were of Danny. Because I knew if I made any type of noise, I was so scared he was going to come down and beat me. I had to live through that with him already. Imagine you keep punching a dog in the face. The one time, you go pet the dog and it flinches because that dog got so scared that you're going to punch him in the face. That's what I feel like with Danny. Like, he punched me so many times. Almost every time, like, he comes to me and about to put his hands on me, I flinch because I feel like he's going to punch me or something. That's how things have gotten with me and Danny. It wasn't a friendship anymore. I was scared of this dude. The reason why I stuck around also, guys, I didn't want to be some wimp, but I also was scared. I also had nowhere else to go, nowhere else to run to, I feel like. He's helping you. He changed your life. Dude, he did change my life, for good and bad. I have good memories, and I have haunting memories that I have to live with the rest of my life. But the good thing right now is that I feel so happy right now because I'm saying something that I've been wanting to say for a long time. If I don't, other people are gonna get hurt. And people might still get hurt. But I've seen too much. I've seen way too much. The answer to this question, why I'm on these videos anymore, is because of all this. It all added up. I confronted him. He didn't like that. He got mad at me confronting him. That's why I'm not in his videos anymore. It's not because I ran away and was a wimp. He just didn't like what I was saying to him. He didn't like that I was being a man and approaching him like I should have been in the first place. Right now I feel like I'm the one that did something bad, but it's not. I did nothing bad. All I did was I didn't want to get abused anymore. I didn't want to get disrespected anymore. It's the only thing, but everyone's so blind to it. So that's why we started separating more and more. And then he started, telling me, he started hitting me up more, saying like, I love you, blah, blah. But I just felt like, I don't know. I felt like I lost my trust with him, big time. But he wanted to have some type of power over me, and he got it. There was a lot of times I did have fun, but a lot of times I realized like he's taking too far right now. Even though how much anger and how much hate I had, and I still have towards him. I've been trying to pray about it. I've been telling myself, I forgive Danny, I forgive him, I forgive him. When I first said that, it was the hardest thing to do. It was so hard for me to put out those words, I forgive Danny. Because in my heart, I don't. But I know I have to. I have to forgive him. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not just making this video to try to expose Danny. What would that do for me? Exposing Danny. What would that do for me? I want viewers, and I want fans, and I want family, and I want friends. I want everyone to know the truth.
Well, I mean, like, this could boost you, right? Like, the support from the internet usually consists of more subscribers, more viewerships, just like overall admiration, you know, it's like, oh, you know, you got abused by this guy, you know, we're sorry for stuff like that, possibly donation. So, like, there is incentive. There is definitely incentive to this, you know. So, it's you can't just simply write it off as like, yo, what do I, you know, what am I doing this for? Like, I feel like that's one of the reasons. All right, that could be one of the reasons. I don't think this is necessarily that reason, but it's definitely a possibility, right? It's definitely a possibility that it can happen. So you can't write it off.
He was helping me, same time, purposely damaging me. That's what it really feels like. He was like, I see Aaron has a lot of talent, I'm gonna weaken him. And I'm trying to slowly grow myself back up to being strong again. I do forgive you, Danny, and I'm sorry for anyone else who's gotten hurt. And I encourage those who have gotten hurt to come forward. Some people say they're the people they are and act the way that they are on camera, but I think most of the time it's not the person you think you're watching. I encourage those people who have gotten hurt by Danny to also forgive him. I'm so sorry for everything that has happened to any of you guys, because you're not the only one. I've got to the point where I was so lost. I was like, why am I getting treated this way? I don't understand. Will I be in Danny's videos? No, I would never be social with Danny ever again. Will I ever see him again? One day, I can forgive him in person. But I already know what's going to happen. It's going to bring up how much he did for me. That's all he's going to do. I got you this. I got you a co-sign of your apartment. It's all he's going to do. He would never say to me, I'm sorry for what I put you through. But I don't need him to say sorry to me, because I already forgive him. I'm very grateful for what he done for me. I'm grateful I'm sitting at 300,000 subscribers. I'm grateful that he did co-sign for my apartment. I'm so grateful for that. So now I don't want anyone to say that you're ungrateful, because you know what? I am very grateful. I'm just telling you guys the truth and how I feel and what I had to live through. More things happened, and this grosses me out, how much I tolerated and how much I let happen. Whatever happens in my life, I want you guys to all know, I just really do encourage you guys, do not let anyone treat you a way that you shouldn't be treated. Don't let anyone push you around.
I guess we get the point, right? Like, yeah. Even though that he's been abused and shit like that, you know, even though that he's, you know, Danny has done good for Sun Hat here, it doesn't excuse the behavior that he's doing, right, to Sun. Like, it doesn't excuse the behavior, the abuse. So it's not really a tricky situation, right? Like, yes, I understand there could be some people to be like, hey, you know, you're ungrateful. Like, that's not the case. If this is a legitimate case of abuse, you know, he could give Sun Hat like $1 million. Man could save his entire fucking life, right, from like a plane crash or some shit like that. But to say that putting a fucking knife to your neck, right, excuses all that, right? No, that's just ridiculous. That's just a retard way of thinking. All right, retarded logic. All right, we got all that, right? But very unfortunate, this entire situation. I will definitely keep up with this so that we until like there's like a response. Let me see if actually Danny did a response to this. Danny Duncan. Let's just type up his name. This is his thing.
Nana love.
Shush. No, he hasn't made a response so far. Let's see if he's deleted any of the old videos from the past. We'd have to, look up around 10 months ago, shit like this. Doesn't seem like it. Again, I'm not an avid Danny Duncan watcher. All right, like I'm not an average average Danny Duncan enjoyer. Like I've watched some of his content before, and I can say like, yeah, it's entertaining. This shit's entertaining, but you know, this is just unacceptable. You know, the things that he's done to this poor guy, right? Like to put him in fear, the gaslight him like that. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let's see if I wonder if he has a Twitter account here. I should say, here we go. Okay, Twitter. Here's just Twitter. Let's see what he has to say on Twitter, if he said anything. Tweets and replies. No. Okay, he hasn't even. Wow. Since 22. No. I'm sorry. Yeah, since October he hasn't said anything. Okay, kind of interesting. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't see Danny Duncan to be the kind of guy that to be the kind of guy that fuck, I lost. Oh no, never mind, we're good. Sorry, I thought I lost my place here, but no, like, it doesn't seem like the kind of guy to make a twit longer and be like, I abuse this guy. No, if anything, if we are going to get a response, it's probably going to be in a video format. But I'm having a sneaky suspicion, right? Like this, like I'm having like a little just a thought here. I don't think he's gonna respond. I really don't. I don't think he's going to say anything. I think he's probably going to wait until it blows all over. And I don't think we should let that happen. I really don't. I think we should, I guess not demand, but I think we should expect a response from him, because the things that he's done, I think, are just completely unacceptable. But there you go. That is the news for Danny Duncan being exposed, essentially. What do you guys think? Let me know in the live chat. Let's move on to the second news for tonight. We have Twitter reshovels engineering and product leadership after CEO transition. Now, this guy is kind of scary. All right, he's kind of scary. I'm not sure if this news article made by the CNBC, which, by the way, I believe one of their CEOs, or just that CEO resigned recently because of the whole, recently. He resigned recently, and someone made the connections like, oh, it could be because of the Maxwell trials. So they're just going ahead and resigning before they get fucked over. Also, the CEO of Walmart resigned on the same day as the CEO of CNBC, which is really interesting. And I also believe that Twitter, Jack, I think it's Jack, right? His name is Jack. He also resigned as well. So, like, 3 people resigned from CEO once the Maxwell trials started, which I find to be very amusing, right? Very interesting. I didn't know that until I started reading some tweets. I'm just like, oh, isn't that interesting? Well, let's go ahead and read the points here. But yeah, he's the new CEO. I've completely forgot his name. Parag Argwell. Yes, Parag Argwell. Man does not like his freedom of speech. Did I already mention that? I feel like I kind of missed that. But yeah, he's not a big fan of the First Amendment, okay? He's not a big fan of the freedom of speech, the American way. He's not a big fan of that. No, I think in his own words, well, not his own words, I think somewhat he said that, the freedom of speech is holding us back. I'm just like, is it now? Well, isn't that interesting? Here are the key points here. New Twitter CEO Parag Argwell closed out his first week at the helm of the company by changing the management structure in product and engineering. Former head product Kian Bekar will become general manager of consumer and revenue product, laid bulk fat, blah, 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 blah. Twitter also said that engineering led Michael. Okay, maybe I picked the wrong thing here. Let's just read this part right here. It's Twitter CEO Parag Argwell, who on Monday replaced co-founder Jack Dorsey. Right, like, say what you want about Jack Dorsey, okay? Jack Dorsey is a pretty quirky individual, but I feel like he kind of understood his place a little bit. This man is just, like, going off the hook here. I feel like this is another instance of an Indian. An Indian about to shake up the internet once again. If you remember the other dude, the guy with the, I completely forgot about the entire situation, the internet thing, where, I don't remember. I actually don't remember about any of it. Just the names of stuff. Plus, like, did you even notice a change once everything just, like, went to shit with that? Like, I didn't notice a fucking change. Maybe I did, but I don't fucking remember at some point. But anyways, yeah, it's another Indian's gonna, shake things up, especially for Twitter. I missed the dislike button. It should have been an option. It is for an option. It is an option, believe it or not. It's, so the option is, before all this, is if you don't want people to see your dislikes, you can remove it. But, here's the catch though. You also hide the likes as well, which is, it kind of defeats the purpose, right? So, like, like, if you want to hide the dislikes, you have to hide the likes as well. But now YouTube's like, yeah, it's like, we might as well remove the dislikes, so they did. Now that it's implemented, and I unconsciously or just like automatically look at the dislike ratio to see what's up, and seeing that the dislikes are gone, it's kind of uncomfortable. Not gonna lie, I'm a big fan. Oh, thank you. I'm a big fan of these nuts. Got him. But no, like, it's very uncomfortable. It's very unfortunate to see it. The dislikes gone. But I still believe that we can possibly get over or just overcome this. There you go. I don't want to say get over it, because this isn't just a small decision. This is a very big decision, right? Like, they're taking away a huge part of YouTube, right? But I believe that we as individuals, we as the community can get over this. But I'm pretty sure that there is a poll somewhere. I'm not sure, but like a poll saying that, like, hey, return the dislikes. I am definitely not against the return to dislikes. Absolutely not. But I'm just saying that I think we can overcome it. I think we can overcome it, and something possibly good can come out of this, alright? That might be a little too ignorant for me to say, or just naive, but I don't know. But anyways, back on the main subject here. Twitter said in a regulatory filing on Friday that to drive increased accountability, speed, and operational efficiency, the company is establishing general manager positions, and those executives will lead all core teams across engineering, product management, design, and research. And recently, something that they've done to make a new change is they will now suspend you for posting, photos of people without their consent. You know, that, I feel like, is a huge staple of Twitter, right? Just posting pictures of random people online, okay? And now they want to take that away, and they're like, okay, well, if you post a picture about someone without their consent, you're going down, all right? You're getting fucked. And it's like, what do you do now? Like, what the fuck are you supposed to do now, you know? Kind of fucking sucks, right? So that's one major change that they did, just like out of the fucking blue, and then we're just like, oh. Okay, alright, Twitter, might be time to look for another alternative, not Parler. God, not Parler. That shit scares me. I remember, like, when Parler was announced, and I was like, ooh, Parler, the new Twitter, and I went to that shit, I'm just like, shit's ass. Shit's ass, dude. I had that app for, like, three days, and I was just like, I'm not using this shit no more. You know, I just want to post my fucking memes, but it just feels like everyone there is so fucking political. I'm just like, dude, calm down, man. Fucking calm down. This is ridiculous. Kavion Beckyar, the former head of product, will become Twitter's general manager of consumer revenue products lead. This is like pretty I don't really care about this stuff. I don't care. I don't think you would care either. You know, we want to be able to move quickly to make decisions, and Parag is leading the way with that. Right, but, like, you gotta be careful with the decisions that you do, you know? Like, you don't necessarily want to fuck people over, right? You don't want to make decisions that people are not going to be happy with, you know? Dorsey announced his departure Monday and told employees in a letter that, I believe the company is ready to move on from its founders. Argwald, 37, is now tasked in meeting Twitter's aggressive internal goals after the company said earlier this year it aims to have 315 million monetizable daily active users by the end of 2023, and at least double in annual revenue by the same year. Damn, that is actually pretty fucking aggressive. God damn. As part of the restructure, Twitter announced that engineering lead Michael Montano, and head of design and research Dantley Davis will step down from their positions at the end of the year and remain in advisors through the first quarter of 2022. Davis came under criticism for his leadership style in a New York Times report in August. Yergman said that the report had no influence on the research or the reconstruction, and said there wasn't space in there for Davis and Montiel based on the reorganization. Damn, they just fucked him over. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people are scared of this man. Look at this man's face, right? Look at this man's face. Doesn't he look like the kind of individual to take away your goddamn rights? He's gonna be like, oh, you want to give your opinion about something? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. If it doesn't align with our agenda, can't let you do that, buddy. Can't let you do that. No, sir. No, sir, whatsoever. Okay. That's basically that. Yeah, they just got a new CEO. Man's kind of scary. Very fucking spooky. He looks like the Subway man. What, you mean Jared? I mean, he kind of does if Jared was Indian. I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right. You know, Parler's insane and apparently insecure. It is insecure. I believe there was like a huge data leak at some point with that shit. Fucking horrendous. God damn, you know. It's like, if you want to compete with Twitter, you gotta fucking secure your shit, because people really care about their privacy, alright? Their fucking emails and phone numbers are just floating around, you know, out of fucking space, so that any, like, grubby little Russian child can get in there, Russian hacker, can get your shit and send you like spam emails or like messages like, oh, get these penis enlargement pills, make your cock huge, 4 feet. It's like, I don't want that, dude. It's like, don't send me those fucking messages, right? So you guys secure your shit so that doesn't happen. But Parler was like, nah, we got this, bro. And what did you know? We got messages that said, hey, you want your penis to be 4 feet tall? Just get this penis enlargement pill and you're ready to go. I wonder how many people actually fall for that shit. So many desperate people, so many desperate individuals with small cocks to be like, yeah, bro, I want mine to be, 11 inches, bro. I want to be a real pussy destroyer. But, when they get the mail, it's like some fucking pipe bomb. Some goddamn pipe bomb. What is the size of the fucking pills? And when they, like eat it, like, actually explodes in them. It's like, what's the purpose of that? Only fucking psychopaths would do that, right? Or, like, the best case scenario, or, like, the legitimate case scenario is just them just getting their ID stolen, or, like, money, or some shit like that. It's like, oh, here's like $100. Where's my pill? What pill, bitch? All you get is, the satisfaction or the dissatisfaction. You just got trolled, bitch. But now we're gonna be talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, which again, I want a lot of attention on this, right? Maxwell, the girlfriend of Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein. Her trial's going on right now. It is day 5. A defense lawyer challenged the credibility of Jeffrey Epstein's former house manager, and jurors got a glimpse of the Palm Beach estate where Mr. Epstein and Miss Maxwell lived. So, I made a video about this. It was day 1 of the trial, because I told myself, and I told all of you, to mark your calendars, because this has to be talked about. I'm already hearing rumors that Maxwell's going to plea a defense case where it's like, I'm getting me too'd, all of this is happening because the system is sexist, I'm a victim as well. God damn, dude. You out here, grooming a bunch of fucking kids so that your honey man can fuck them, a bunch of 14-year-olds, and you're gonna be here like, I'm a victim of this situation. Shut the fuck up, alright? Do me a grand favor and shut the fuck up. Woman moment, am I right? Here's the points right here. Here's what you need to know. Who is Maxwell? Who's the Maxwell defense team? Some bitch who's like, oh, we can't trust the defense or the kids' alibi because they could be corrupted with media and shit like that. Maxwell's defense pounces on witness who stole from Epstein. Who fucking cares if they stole from fucking Epstein? If they got, like, raped or, like, groomed and shit like that, I don't care if that bitch stole $20 million from him. Good for her. Good for fucking her. A judge has denied Maxwell repeated requests for bail. Yeah, go fuck yourself, bitch. What charges did Jeffrey Epstein face? I don't necessarily know that, but I know the charges that Maxwell is facing right now. But I can't really repeat it because I can't say it. But it's in a video, so if you want to go watch the video, you absolutely can. A former Epstein employee describes Maxwell's control over the financial world. What is known about Jeffrey Epstein's suicide? We know that he got croaked. Someone killed him. It's probably gonna say he killed himself. It's probably gonna fucking say, oh yeah, bro, he fucking killed himself. I don't know how, but he killed himself. Why isn't Maxwell trial being televised? I guess we can read that part as well. And here are the charges Maxwell is facing. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this part, because I feel like this is a essential part of it. Because I did say, like, it would be nice if it were televised, but I know the reason why. But let's see if it, confirms it or it says something else. In recent weeks, the country has watched 2 gripping trials with wide social renaissance unfold on television and computer screens. Video broadcasts allowed an untold number of people to watch the trial and acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse, who killed 2 people during a protest over a police shooting in Kenosha, Wisconsin. A similarly large audience watched the trial and conviction of 3 white men in Georgia charged in the murder of a black jogger. Wow. I thought this was a different word. I thought the New York Times was based for a quick second. I was like, all right, New York Times, calm down. No need to be that based, Jesus. Ahmaud Arbery. I can't, these last names, bro. Fucking hell. God damn. In the past, such access would likely have required a seat inside a courtroom. So why is Maxwell's sex trafficking trial not equally accessible? The answer has to do with the difference in jurisdictions. Federal court in the case of Miss Maxwell and county courts in the other two. There are specifics. Sometimes arcane rules that govern federal proceedings. Through the federal judiciary has experimented with pilot programs allowing cameras in civil cases. The broadcast of criminal cases have been barred since 1946 under Rule 53 of the Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure. By contrast, some state and county courts for decades have had latitude to allow trial broadcasts. For instance, in 1993, the Los Angeles County Superior Court let Court TV broadcast the trial of Eric and Lai Mendez brothers, who used shotguns to kill their parents, but claimed that they did so in self-defense after years of sexual and psychological torture. Vivid scenes with weeping defendants and dramatic cross-examinations helped create a cult-like following among some of those who turned in. Soon afterward, if you honestly think there's gonna be a goddamn cult following behind Maxwell, the girlfriend of Epstein, you're insane. Alright, you're fucking insane. Can you actually imagine that? If that were the actual case, I want to make sure I get all the all the names of the people, or all at least the usernames. I'm not saying the docs them, right? All the usernames of these people that are following this individual for like the cult following kind of deals. Like, we support Maxwell, because like that's what the fuck are you doing? You know, Maxwell's a goddamn pedo. All right, supposedly, goddamn. Why would there be a cult following behind it? I guess you'd be like, I'm sad, I'm being abused, I was a victim, you know, all those things, man. That's not true. So I guess that's true. I guess that's some way of saying it. But goddamn, dude, fucking ridiculous. Jesus, I really wish Eppies was still alive. He should be on the trial. He honestly should, but someone wanted him to be silent because he had a lot of information. All right, a lot of big names went on those planes to the magical island where all the miners get disappeared, if you know what I mean. So, no, he had to go. in a logical, strategical kind of sense, yeah, he had to fucking go. All right, Bill Clinton wasn't gonna let good old buddy Epstein here tell him that he was playing with little girls, in the wrong kind of way. So, yeah, no, Epstein was definitely slaughtered by the hand of someone. Maybe not Clinton, but someone. Someone didn't want him to talk, so they just went ahead and killed him, and then just said, "Oh yeah, he definitely killed himself." I don't fucking know, but he killed himself. Goddamn. Let's see, where did I leave off? Okay, so vivid scenes, the weeping defendants, blah blah blah. Oh, okay, so the cult followings among some of those who tuned in. Soon afterward, Court TV and the E! Channel both covered O.J. Simpson's, which is the most infamous one, covered O.J. Simpson's murder trial live from the Los Angeles County. Those proceedings, too, drew devoted audiences, which is very unfortunate, but at the same time, O.J. Simpson was very beloved. So it's like, if it does not fit, you must acquit. That's like the only fucking quote I remember from that goddamn trial. I didn't even watch the entire fucking full thing, right? Only snippets of it. But that was like the one thing that I took away from it. If it does not fit, you must acquit. But the televised trials also had their critics, who complained that the national audience encouraged liars, judges, and witnesses to grandstand, which, that's understandable. You got TV, you got the cameras, of course you gotta make a scene. The first attempt to prosecute the Mendez brothers ended with jurors unable to agree on a verdict. The judge handling the case, Stanley M. Weisberg, believed that the television coverage had affected many potential jurors in the retail and barred electronic coverage of the second trial to protect the rights of the parties and the dignity of the court and assure the orderly conduct of proceedings. Yeah, I fucking suck ass at reading. I apologize for that. In 1994, the U.S. Judicial Conference, which set policy for federal courts, voted down a proposed amendment of Rule 53, which would have allowed cameras in criminal proceedings. The conference also rejected a similar proposal to allow the recording and broadcast of civil proceedings, concluding the intimidating effect of cameras on some witnesses and jurors, which caused for concern. So I guess people who who want to keep track of legal proceeding remotely in a federal case in New York may have an easier time when verdicts are appealed. The Second Circuit, which hears appeals in New York State, as well in the Connecticut and Vermont, has a webpage for the live stream audio or oral arguments. Those who tune in cannot watch what is happening inside the courtroom, but can listen to what is being said. Well, is that the case here? You know, like, what is that the case with Maxwell? Like, can I hear what she's saying? You know, like, is that something we want to hear? You know, because I definitely want to hear it, you know, at least a little bit, to see what the fuck is going on, right? You know, like, just, like, seeing clips and stuff like that. Little highlights, right? I swear to God, like, if this was being televised, I guarantee you, like, the defense would be everywhere on Twitter, right? Like, especially with the prosecutor in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. He was everywhere, because he was saying a lot of stupid fucking shit. Alright, he was like, oh, in video games, bro, you kill a lot of people. Isn't that the goal of video games? It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. What are you trying to say? You know, you're an idiot. You're a dumbass. Like, why would they pick you? You know, like, why the fuck would they pick a moron like this? Why would they pick a goddamn Spurg? Let's see the charges that Epstein could have faced if he were still alive. Look at that little smug face. Well, before federal procedures charged Maxwell with sex trafficking and conspiracy, they had indicted her longtime companion, Jeffrey Epstein, on those charges, accused him of trafficking dozens of girls, some as young as 14, and engaged in sex acts with them. Very unfortunate. But Mr. Epstein never faced those charges in court. He died by suicide in jail on August 10th, 2019, 35 days after he was arrested. Sure he did. Sure he did. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he definitely committed suicide. Shut the fuck up. I mean, I guess for a news article like this, they gotta say what was official, but I feel like everyone knows he did not kill himself. Epstein did not kill himself. Let's see. If convicted, he would have faced up to 45 years in prison for what the indictment said was a conspiracy for sexually exploit vulnerable girls, which I feel like 45 sorry 45 years is a little too light. You know, I feel like a lifetime sentence would be a more appropriate approach to this, but I guess not. Prosecutors contend that between 2002 and 2005, Mr. Epstein and his employees brought the girls to his mansion on the Upper East Side of Manhattan and his compound in Palm Beach, Florida. There, the indictment said that Mr. Epstein and others piled the girls with gifts and cash, pressured them to perform naked massages and sex acts, and sent them out to recruit other girls. Fucking disgusting. Ms. Maxwell lawyers are seeking to portray her trial as, in effect, an attempt to prosecute her for Mr. Epstein's crimes, which is completely understandable, and they should do that. But in bringing charges against her, prosecutors argue that she was central to the conspiracy of Mr. Epstein, in which he was accused of. Which, yeah, because, like, if it all pans out to be true, like, she essentially, you know, groomed a bunch of girls to get comfortable with Epstein. You know, she was giving them gifts, you know, to like, oh, you're so pretty and shit like that, all to get fucked by her, you know, her partner in crime. You know, very unfortunate. So, of course, yeah, like, they should definitely do that. I don't know what the fuck the defendant's trying to do here. Mr. Epstein, a financier and former school teacher, which is so fucking ironic, who befriended wealthy executives, celebrities, and politicians. How? By the power of children. Shit. Had been investigated in Florida more than a decade earlier in connection with a sexual abuse of underage girls. But he struck a secret deal with prosecutors and was released after serving 13 months for state prostitution crimes. What the fuck? What? Does Epstein have everyone in his fucking pocket? The fact that that fucking happened and he was able to make a secret deal, a spooky secret deal, is ridiculous. Like, what the fuck? Where's the justice in that? You know, apparently you can make a secret deal with the fucking prosecutors, you know, if you fucking abused the child, you know, sexually, I guess. I don't know. He was already old, so he had likely died in prison. I mean, I guess, yeah, that could have been yeah, I guess, but at the same time, like, he wasn't old. Let's not pretend that he's, like, super fucking old, okay? Like, he's not in his fucking 90s, right? Oh, shit. He's not in his 90s. It's not like he doesn't need support to, like, walk around, to breathe and shit like that. He's old, but he's not that old. So I don't think that he died due to natural causes. Like, I feel like someone just went in his fucking little cage, strangled him a little bit, make it look like he tried to commit suicide, and he hung himself, and then once the forensics team came in, they were probably paid off, and they were like, oh yeah, he definitely killed himself, bro. Oh, how unfortunate. Oh, well, guess all the secrets die with him. The federal charges filed in Manhattan in 2019 came after a series of articles in the Miami Herald explored the unusual deal in Florida and the sexual abuse allegations. Since Mr. Epstein's death, federal authorities appeared to have a time of broadening the case. Mr. Maxwell, who was arrested in July 2020, is charged with a longer list of crimes than Mr. Epstein was. Good. And they date back even further to 1994. Like him, she faces 1 count of sex trafficking of a minor, but while she faced 1 count of conspiracy, she faces 3. Okay, that's interesting. Involving 4 accusers. Ah, yes, the 4 accusers that apparently got corrupted because of the money. That's the excuse that the defendant's saying. It's like, we can't trust them because they could be part of a conspiracy because they want the money, they want the fame, so of course they're gonna say some quirky things that they got raped, they got abused, they got groomed by Mr. Epstein. So it's like kind of unfortunate. She's also charged with inciting and transporting a minor to travel on numerous occasions from Florida to New York to engage in illegal sex acts. If convicted, Miss Maxwell, 59, could face at least as long a prison terms as Mr. Epstein could have. Which I just like, what the fuck, dude? I feel like that shit should be longer. That should definitely be longer. It shouldn't be like 45. I mean, 45 years is 45 years. Like, let's not pretend that's a short time. That's a long ass time. All right, especially for these old bastards. Right? It's like, yeah, I mean, like they're gonna be fucking 80 or 90 once the term is up. I mean, even then, like, would they even want to fucking come out? Like, would they even be alive at that point? So, at the end of the day, it's life just sounds better. Life in prison sounds better than 45 years. I feel like that's more justified, especially with abuse sexually of, minors. Let's see what else we got here. Is there anything else that we could cover that I already talked about that's, like, somewhat interesting or whatever? Nah, I feel like that's it. I feel like that's, like, the general gist of the Maxwell trial. Every time I try to talk about this, I keep getting demonetized, which is extremely unfortunate. It's like 2 videos, just straight up 2 videos got demonetized for the... I mean, like, it's understandable, but at the same time, though, like, I made sure, at least in the second one, I blurred everything out. Not on the screen, but, like, just me reading it out. I mean, you could still see the word sexual, but I replaced it with, sussy acts, so, like, sexual acts, or, sex acts, there you go. Instead of that, I just said, sus acts. Like as I usually do, which it breaks me pain because it's stupid, but at the end of the day, though, it is what it is. It is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do to secure that green, or just at least secure the chance to have your people watch your videos without it getting censored by YouTube. Because that is the thing. If your video gets demonetized, it will be viewed by less people because it's not making YouTube money. So of course they're not going to be interested enough to show this to a lot of people because it's not making the money, and plus it's just ad friendly. So that's like the main reason why I want all my videos to be on the green, because I want my videos to be viewed as the most possible way, right? So if that makes sense. But with all that being said, very unfortunate news. But with all that being said, I think that's all the news I can cover right now. That's all I could really bring up. I guess we could talk about what's his face. I don't think it's like Valkyrie or something. I don't know, but some Twitch streamer that decided to quit Twitch and move to YouTube. So I found that to be pretty interesting as well. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. So again, all the stories that we talked about was Danny Duncan being exposed. This individual becoming the new CEO, and he's more spookier than Jack Dorsey, and the Maxwell trial, continuation of Maxwell trial. It's the day 5, which is kind of weird. It's like I kind of forgot that. Yeah, it's the continual thing, right? But there you go. Yeah, this was kind of fun. This was actually kind of fun. I kept saying to myself that I was gonna do something like this, or actually, yeah. Well, not recently. No. Not recently, but like not for a long time, but somewhat recently. I told myself, like, yeah, I should do something like this. So finally did it. Kind of worked out. Not a lot of viewers, but it is what it is. What can I do? Be more productive in these streams, or just announce them a little bit more, do them a little better. But who knows? But yeah, it's a good little trial. Like, what do you think? What do you think of the name Rigo News? I feel like that's a pretty decent name for this kind of show, for this series, right? So, did I title this? I don't think I titled it as in like Rigo News #1. I probably won't keep up with that shit, so I won't even title it #1. Or if I did, then I guess I will. But we'll see. But thanks again, everyone, for watching the Rigo News. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it for those who did tune in. If there is any news articles that you want to be seen in the next Rigo News, just let me know in Discord. I think Discord would be the best spot ever to do that kind of stuff. The Discord link is in the description of this video. Or you could just hit me up in I guess in one of the community tabs or in the video. Just ensure that you don't post any links in there because it will be hidden. It's just how YouTube works. So if you can do that, that would be good. That'd be great. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like this live stream, if you like the Rigo News, hit that like button. You want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification to be notified of the next video. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.